Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. SurfCal. I'm going to play some Pathfinder Kingmaker. Our goal this time is to find a path over to the Verdant Chambers so that Ember can make that trick alone eventually.
I tire.
And hopefully to get a little XP on the way.
We can do it.
Actually, let's have the group focus this way. Valerie, go this way. Gavin is going to charge this guy because he has mobility and stuff. Yeah, we'll start with that. Bows are expensive. Armor is heavy. And our four characters from that the game gave us get XP. Let's see. We got resist energy as a bonus spell. We got a feat. I don't remember what other feats I've picked up so far. I think I already got precise shot. Yep. Actually, let's do combat casting. Prevents attacks of or reduces the chance of attacks of opportunity when we're in melee. Since that seems to keep happening. Unfortunately, don't get third level spells this time, but that's okay. one more first level spell. And one more second level spell. I feel like invisibility is a really good choice, potentially. False Life is also just really good, potentially, but I feel like False Life is kind of situation. Well, it's basically another guaranteed spell that I'm gonna have to cast repeated there at low level. False Life is a good one to take once I start getting higher level spells that I'm relying on for damage, like Fireball, as opposed to Burning Arc being my primary. And again, the main reason I'm doing invisibility is because she's going to have to go off by herself here shortly. And I would really like to have just a reliable way to... Basically a reliable way of escape, I guess would be a good way to put it. And we're going to go Magic Missile because the wand only has so many charges. And Magic Missile is kind of a good go-to to bypass enemy resistances, since it does force damage. And it always hits, so it doesn't matter if they have good saving throws, doesn't matter if they have good AC, touch AC.
I tire.
Probably getting close to the point where she can take power attack and have it be worth it. Should currently be at a -2 attack. Actually, I think we're going to go with this. Based on the way this works, where it's a lot of staggered, smaller encounters, extra rage means we can actually use her rage pretty much every encounter. Checking the requirements for Stalwart Defender since we're getting close to potentially being able to take these. Nice. Gets rid of the penalty on attack rolls from using a tower shield. She just actually got way stronger right there. I think I'm actually gonna put it in perception. I do tend to have her be on watch, even though she's not very good at it. Okay. She already has shield focus. I'm pretty sure that she's going to be wearing full plate the rest of the game. I could take this to get an extra 1 AC. Trying to remember what her weapon. This is the one down there. One thing I don't like with this is there's not a good way to look at, like, remind myself what her gear layout is for taking things like weapon focus and armor focus, unless I just go all the way out.
I'm listening.
So yeah, right now she's using a bastard sword, power shield, and full plate. So I could probably do a +1. Take her up to a +9. That's a lot more reliable than she was doing. She's also a fighter, so she's going to get another feat next level. And that'll actually give her the ability to get another +1 to damage as well. Unfortunately, this relies on always having a bastard sword available, but that's okay. That puts her up to a +9.
Give the order.
10, even. Holy crap. There's reduced penalty from power shield, or from tower shield, and +1 bonus for weapon focus. So she is suddenly a lot harder to hit. And apparently I have a ring of protection I'd never equipped. I don't actually remember what his base feats are. Actually, Steel Soul's an amazing feat for dwarves, so we'll just go with that. Gives them a... Dwarves normally get a +2 saving on saving throws against spells and spell-like abilities. This takes it to a +4, which is really good. And he gets 3rd level spells in general. Spellbook. So domain spot. We're gonna go dispel magic. We're gonna go prayer. Oh, I forgot about magic investment, or magical vestment. Magical vestment is possibly one of my favorite spells in Pathfinder. I feel like it's one of the most abusable spells, if nothing else. um, you make a suit of armor or a weapon plus, or you make a armor or shield +1 per 4 caster levels. So at this point, it's already a +2, and it lasts for an hour per level. If you assume that the general adventuring day takes 8 hours, which is what the game is designed for, because after that you start getting tired, that means when you are caster level 8, or if you have something that extends the duration or something, or just want to burn 2 spell slots, this can last all day. So at level 8, Magic Vestment turns into +3. Oh wait, +1 per 4. So it's +1 at 4, +2 at 8. And it lasts for 8 hours, which is pretty much your whole day. Same thing as Mage Armor. Basically lasts your whole adventuring day. Which can be really good. Now, I already have a bunch of +1 equipment, so I don't think it's necessary right now. But if at some point I don't have the money I need to boost people, this could be another option. Because you can cast this on any armor or shield. So you can cast this on, like, I've designed clerics where at higher levels to come into a campaign where I just took regular weapons and armor and then used Magic Vestment and Greater Magic Weapon, which is pretty much the same thing but for weapons, instead of magic armor. Just take those spells, burn a couple spell slots that are at low to mid level, lasts all day, and unless you end up in a zone of anti-magic or those that get dispelled, which quite frankly they could do to your magic armor just as easily, technically. So the other one we're going for is prayer, or the one we're actually going for, I should say. Prayer is allies get +1 on pretty much all rolls. Enemies get -1 on all rolls. So if you've got time ahead of time, you can cast this to just boost your party. If you are close enough, so first round of combat, you cast this on your enemies. They do get a saving throw. No, they don't. Never mind. They do have spell resistance. That's it. So that's a really solid way to do it. I don't have anything prepared for him. That explains a lot. I'm not sure how they do cure spells, since clerics are supposed to be able to not have to prepare cure spells. I'm grabbing a lesser restoration in case I take ability damage. Not that this game has scared me into assuming I'm going to be taking ability damage. And I'm debating between Sound Burst and Hold Person. Hold Person is all or nothing. And if I remember right, Harem is not super... He's got an 18 system, that's not bad. Generally, when I'm preparing spells, I try to go from the highest level down so that I know what my high level ones are going to be. That way I don't duplicate high level effects with lower level effects. I think we're gonna go versus AoE also. It's AoE. The damage is automatic. Let's do it. Divine Favor is not bad, but it's always 1 minute duration, so it's basically for one encounter. Bane is terrible though, and Bless is okay. It's AoE at least. I think we should do. Let's do Shield of Faith twice. Actually, no, because we have a bunch of Rings of Protection, so that makes that a lot less worthwhile. I genuinely don't know where to go with this. Let's do. This is only going to affect certain creatures at this point, and most of the time I don't want them running away. This is all or nothing and only affects one creature. So when I say all or nothing, is a saving throw to negate the effect. Which means if they happen to roll well, you just don't get anything out of it. I like the ones better that still do something on a hit. Like ones that do half damage if they succeed, and maybe negate the bonus effect. That's why I went with, so for Sound Burst, the damage happens automatically. The only thing that they're rolling to ignore is the stun, and it hits multiple people, so there's a higher chance of one of them just rolling bad and failing. So you get something out of it, as opposed to something like Ray of Sickening, which targets one person, and if they happen to make that Fortitude save, you get no effect out of it. So I want to do Stunning Barrier, but it only affects him. And I don't want him to be up in the front tanking. I'm also not seeing anything that lets him prepare spontaneous healing. Okay, there's spontaneous healing. Never mind. Like, I kind of want to just do spontaneous, or just prep something and then not worry about it. Well, let's see who actually has Rings of Protection. So Ring of Protection +1. Ring of Protection +1. She does not, but she's already got 27 AC. Ring of Protection +1. Ring of Protection +1. No. So I could switch him. Switch Ring of Protection over to Tis. I could have him prepare Shield of Faith and cast it on himself, or Stunning Barrier and cast it on himself. Because he doesn't have any... Taking away that ring of protection means he does not have that bonus now. It's a really short duration, so I'll prepare 4. That way I don't need to worry about it. Again, if this was a real D&D game where I'd had time to think about things and prepare things and such, I would be more flexible. A lot of times I'll do like Remove Fear and Unbreakable Heart, but since everybody acts at once, they tend to be out of the way before I get a chance to do Remove Fear. Actually, I'm gonna do 1 Unbreakable Heart. Looks like that's a mess now, but don't need protection from law. I'm not gonna worry about charge. So Stunning Barrier, Prayer. Destructive Smite is apparently toggle. Soundburst is a attack spell. Bone Shaker is an attack spell.
Focus on the goal.
Patience.
Touch of Chaos is probably not going to come up. Protection from law is really situational. Sunburst. So we want Lesser Restoration, Unbreakable Heart there, Dispel Magic. And I don't know how to do Spontaneous Healing. Fortunately, this appears to be a little too simple. Class, Cleric. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take a quick break and see if I can figure this out before we get into this any further. Sorry for the short video. I'm okay with doing a few short videos here. Hopefully you're still enjoying this. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one.